Last season was actually a pretty good season for the San Marcos Academy Bears.
Yes, sir.
You guys went 6-5 during the season, 2-3 in your district play.
Right.
Had a very good season. Went to the first round of Division II TAPS playoffs.
Right.
Unfortunately, the season didn't quite end the way you wanted to, but still a very, very productive year. Tell us a little bit more about what's going to happen this year and what are the team's goals going into this season?
Well, we lost a real talented senior class, and we've got a lot of big shoes to replace. The one thing that I think that all of us agree on is that the work ethic of these kids and the lack of egos is making it very easy to coach them. They're listening. They're working incredibly hard. They're all sore and tired, but we've got a lot of kids that have never even played football that are out here right now, and we've seen them progress so much in a week that it's crazy. I would be disappointed if we didn't make the playoffs again. I don't think anybody's expecting that from us, but I think that'll make it more fun. We're probably going to be homecoming for a lot of teams this year because we're so thin and we lost so many good seniors.
Okay.
But my expectation is that we've got a pretty decent shot of making the playoffs again. So
let's segue into your personnel this year. Last year you lost a lot of talent.
Right.
You lost a lot of your mainly your offensive prowess with Mr. Richardson, Anthony Richardson. He gained about 1,100 yards last year. That's about, I would say, about more than a third of your running attack. And of course, your last year was more about the running attack than the passing attack with his team. This year, though, with Coach Les Davis, you're going to be changing offensive strategy. Tell us a little bit more about this change in offensive strategy.
Well, last year we were a slot T team, and we were definitely grinded out. I can probably tell you that in this week of camp, we've probably thrown the ball more in practice than we threw in practice all year last year. It just wasn't a big part of our game. We're going to run a spread this year. Les would, I think, like to keep it balanced or even be a running team if we can be a running team. But we've got some speed still. We lost a ton of speed last year. Our senior class was loaded with speed. But we've still got Josh McIntyre at receiver, who was the state champ in the 200-meter hurdles. So there's still some athleticism out there. We've got some, like I said, Les will, if we have to throw the ball, we'll throw the ball. If we can run the ball, then we'll mix it up a little bit. But definitely, I'd expect us to be airing out a whole lot more this year. So.
Fantastic. That's good. It's good to see the spread offense, which has been garnering so much attention lately in college football and in the pros, start to permeate itself into the high school ranks.
Right. And we've got a transfer quarterback that came in that's a good athlete. We've got Aubrey Oswalt, who came back from last year. So I think the key to making the offense go is the spread without a good quarterback is going to be pretty tough to run. We've got two good ones this year, so we feel like that's going to be a big part of what we do. That'll help us out a whole lot.
And this year is against Medina,
right?
But in 2 weeks, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
2 weeks and 2 Fridays against Medina. And Medina is a UIL school as opposed to a TAP school such as San Marcos Academy. Tell me a little bit about. I guess last year you did beat Medina in the first game.
Yes, we did.
Tell us a little bit more about how gratifying it is to play a UIL team, knowing that you're a small parochial private school, and how gratifying it is to have beaten a team in UIL.
It's especially early in the year. It's a pretty big deal because we, as a private school and having a lot of boarding kids, we start camp a week later than everybody else does. So being a week behind all of these guys and still coming out first week and being able to execute well enough to beat a public school is a pretty big deal. Medina's been pretty. We've played them for probably 8 or 9 years at least. It's a rivalry. We've played them for a while. A lot of respect for the program. It's not a blood rivalry or anything like that. But they're a decent team. They're always solid. They were always they got a new head coach this year, but they've always been well coached. And anytime we beat them, I think it's a big win. It's really there's some disadvantages that we have starting at 7th grade. To go in and beat a program that's got kids that have been probably playing youth football together since 3rd or 4th grade. It's very gratifying to beat. Anytime we can beat a public school, we enjoy it quite a bit. So, and I don't think that we're expected to beat them a whole lot, so that makes it even more fun. So
more gratifying.
Absolutely. It's always a lot more fun when they're not expecting a lot from you coming in. So,
well, Toby, thank you very much.
No
Appreciate
problem.
your time,
thank you
sir.
very much.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
And good luck on this season.
Thanks,
and hopefully the Bears can get back to the playoffs.
Well,
we're here with Aubrey Oswalt, starting quarterback of the San Marcos Academy Bears. And this year in the 2010-2011 season, he and the Bears are hoping to do some great things this year and hopefully make make a return trip to the TAPS Division II playoffs. And Aubrey, last year actually was a very good year, 6-5. Y'all went 2-3, a very successful season. This year, though, you're trying to maybe possibly go a little bit further. Talk to us a little bit about that. What are y'all trying to do this year offensively?
Trying to evaluate everything. We got a brand new system, brand new coach. Just learn new things. That's the only thing we can do, is taking each day at a time.
Right. Last year you went 9 for 26. You had 112 yards, pretty good. But of course, last year was more of a running style offense. The wing, I think it's the formation tee.
Yeah,
slot T. That's right. This year it's more of a spread formation, kind of like what Texas Tech type will run. Talk to us about how excited you are now that you're going to actually be throwing.
I'm real excited this year. We actually scored the ball and put some points up on the board, and like if we're down, we won't be in so much trouble like last year because we didn't really have that many passing plays and we had slot T. So that now, if we're back behind, we can always just come back.
All right, we got JP here, quarterback for the San Marcos Academy Bears. How you going, JP? How's it going now that practice has started? Now that even though it's 100 degree, what's your opinions on that, and what are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, the team together is like all in one is just getting a whole lot better, and I really feel like we got a good shot this year at at doing something pretty good, and definitely the hot weather is getting to us, but we'll work through it, and I really see it being pretty good.
All right, we got Jonathan Powell over there, as well as Aubrey Oswald, both starting quarterbacks for the San Marcos Academy Bears. And this year, it's going to be a very interesting year going into the 2010-2011 campaign now that they're having to adjust to some coaching changes, as both of them have described. Now, all of a sudden, it's going from the wing T option-style offense to more spread formation that you would see with Texas Tech, Texas, and those type of offenses. For San Marcos Academy, their main goal this year is to get further than what they did last year. They want to go out there and to go further in the playoffs rather than just go out in the first round. And so for San Marcos Academy, a big goal would be to go out there and win a TAPS Division championship. This has been Moses Laost for TXSportsCast.com.